Hi, I'm Rick Dancer. Welcome to Get Real with Rick Dancer, and today we're going to get super real. We are at Waypoint Community Church, across from Thurston High School, and this is the newest Catholic Community Services food bank, and actually it's the only one in Thurston, right? Yeah, so this is a food bank that is opened up starting in June, and out here in the Thurston area, because here's a little fun fact for you. 3,500, right? Over 3,500 families in this area need assistance with food. And that's kind of a staggering number for people. But that's why this church got involved with Catholic Community Services, which is a great organization, and they're feeding people and collecting food and handing it out, and they just want people to know about it, because the closest food bank to here is over on Q Street in Springfield. So this adds there's a huge bunch of people that live out in this section of the community, and it's no easy access, and the last thing you need is to have difficult access for it. So tomorrow, 10 to 1, the Waypoint Community Church will be open. The food bank here will be open for people. So let's get to rubber where the road is. Barb, come here. This is Barb. And hey, Barb, there you go.
Hello.
So how did you, as a church, decide this was the thing you wanted to do?
Well, I came in after the fact, so Jessica would probably be more able to answer that. I got involved because they needed volunteers at church, and then I started coming to help with the food pantry and just felt really called to help my community and give back a little bit.
Why is this so important, though? Because here's the deal. As a culture, we're really big on helping people at Thanksgiving and Christmas. Mm-hmm. And we forget that, like the rest of us, people eat like in June as well.
Yeah,
and
they eat all year. Everybody has to eat. And I think for me, being involved, giving back to my community, because I've grown up in Thurston, I've lived here my whole life, and to know that, my neighbors or somebody that I know is having a hard time feeding their family any time of the year, it's something so small and a little bit of my time that I can help my community here at home and give back to them.
So when did you guys start this here?
The first food bank was in June.
And so Catholic Community Services partners with you. Food for Lane County helps with the food as well.
Yeah.
But you guys are also do you take donations as well?
We do. A lot of times people will come by the date of the food pantry and donate food. A lot of things that we usually run low on are bread and dry cereals, things like that. Okay,
so what have you seen that surprised you the most with the people coming in here? And I mean...
That I know some of them.
Is that a little staggering?
Huge, yeah.
Why?
Because you just don't think that it would be that close to home. I mean, several people that I have known, that I have grown up with, I've lived in this community my whole life, and you just don't think it would hit you that close to home. That people that you know, that are hardworking people, that are just trying to make ends meet and having a hard time.
So let me do this. Thank you.
Yeah.
So let's get a little faith-based here.
Okay.
So as far as I remember, a lot of what Jesus said to do in the Bible was to feed my sheep.
Yes,
and
sir.
not only did he meant to just take care of people and listen to them, but I think he also was talking pretty boldly about feeding people food. So is that how did this all play out with your church?
Well, our church got involved because the community had a feast, and they said this is something we need. And Jeannie Evans, who's not here today, she immediately reached out to us and said, can anybody help? And I was the one that was like, yeah, let's get this started. And because we want to feed our community, we want to supply their needs as much as possible and be as much a part of the community as possible. We had just gotten back from a mission trip in Mexico, and I looked at my husband and said, the same need has to be where we are. And it is.
Do you think that's what's interesting? I find that hugely interesting, is because it's really quick to... other countries do need our assistance, and I'm not putting that down, but all you got to do, and we'll talk to Catholic Community Services about this, is and I'm a fortunate man. My life takes me into really odd places, and I end up with some amazing people in my life. So I understand that this is out there.
Yes.
But I think a lot of us really don't get it.
I don't think they do. And I didn't fully grasp it until I got back here, and thousands of families in our zip code that need it. And if you even just look up homeless teenagers in the Eugene Springfield area, you would be astonished. And it just breaks your heart. My family has so much, and we're so fortunate, and a lot of my friends are, but then you open a food pantry and people show up that you wouldn't even expect.
So last night I had a conversation with Santa, and I was downtown at the Downtown Athletic Club, and Santa was there. And this was our whole show was, what can we do? I'm tired of Christmas because it doesn't seem like, if it's supposed to represent Jesus,
Right.
it doesn't look anything like him. Because I don't think he'd go shopping very much. He doesn't seem like a guy that needed a new pair of Birkenstocks. I think he kept giving them away to other people.
So.
And so it kind of, and Santa said to me, Rick, maybe taking the trimmings of Christmas are really to trim the things in your Christmas that you don't need anymore. And I thought that was really profound about taking, I don't need anything. I mean, but maybe there's a lot of people around me. Maybe that's what it's really supposed to be.
There is a lot of people around that need things, and that's exactly what my family, my two daughters and my husband are doing this year. What do other people need? And this is one of the things that we've been doing since, like I said, we opened in June, and they need clothes, they need food, they need somebody they know they could reach out to, they need prayer. People come on Sunday because they know I'm going to be here. Maybe not to come to service, but they know I'm going to be here.
So you've created relationship.
Yes, we've created.
Which is really a huge part of taking care of people.
Yes, it's a huge part.
Because it's really easy. I know a guy who runs Hosea Youth Services, and he said he was homeless as a teenager. And he remembers being on the street and people coming up and saying, giving him $10 and saying, I'm going to pray for you, and then walking away. And then he said, how can you pray for me if you don't even know my name?
Right.
So it was to make them feel better, not to do anything for him.
Right.
And what is your church learning from this?
I think they're learning, just as Barb was saying and I'm saying, they did not realize the need here. We have people coming with their grocery carts on Sundays, parking them outside and coming and sitting in service with us.
I love that.
We have just people that we didn't realize were in the community. So it's something that's opening their eyes, and we know which direction we want to go with our community, our Waypoint Community Church.
So is that what really church is all about?
Yes.
That's what it should be, huh?
It is.
So come here, expert Graham Poobah of the community.
I don't know about that.
You guys, this show is sponsored by Patrick Olsen Auto Repair. But he's had so much airtime yesterday. I just pushed him out there because he's my mechanic, dude. But he'll be here in just a second. But I just want to let you know we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Patrick. And he has a huge heart for this kind of stuff. He didn't even go to, you don't go to church here, do you?
No.
So he doesn't go to church at this church. Barb had contacted him and he said, let's do this for a show. And that's the kind of heart that is also serving the homeless, because it really is
spreading the word.
Yeah, we're like a circle. I mean, this really is. So what I drive by your place down here in Springfield, and I see all the people standing out there in the cold in the morning, and you have little houses out there now, and I mean, what are you guys about? I love what you're doing.
We do all sorts of things. I mean, the food pantry is our main thing that brings people to us. The tiny houses out in the parking lot are through our case managed programs.
And you have 3 of them.
We have 2 tiny houses and 2 huts, I believe.
Okay.
And they're for homeless families with children.
Now, do you partner with the Baptist church with those 2 little?
I believe so.
I think you do, because
yes.
they're sitting out in the back, and I know
Yes.
Jeff, he's the pastor over there.
Yeah, super nice people
And
over
so
there.
that is a great thing when we see churches getting involved with this whole.
And we have a partnership as well with the church next to the Baptist church, I think, that does G Street Oasis is what it's called. And it's a homeless shelter for, a daytime homeless shelter for families with children. They can come and cook food, watch TV, do laundry, get food, kind of a place to go and be during the day.
Okay, this is one of my regulars, Tiffany, and she's writing on here, and she says they've helped me out a lot.
Oh, excellent.
So
That's fabulous.
So I like you even more because Tiffany's on here like all the time. And Tiffany, that's very brave of you to be able to come on there, because there should be no shame with this. We should be able to, and yeah, I'm not putting people down who are ashamed and want to be kept quiet, I just think, but we as a culture just stopped the judgment.
That's how I came to Catholic Community Services, was
Wow.
because I knew I used the services there.
Wow, really?
And then I became involved in a temporary program there through the state. I had to go on welfare, and through that I got a permanent job, and I've just gradually moved my way up.
So did you find your heart?
I did, and I found my calling, I think.
And your passion?
Never in a million years did I ever think this is what I was going to be when I grew up, but it's amazing.
So what do you get out of it?
I think that I go home at night and I feel like I did something. Even if one person says, thank you for the food, thank you for the clothes. We helped a lady with her rent the other day, and she emailed me back and said, thank you so much, you saved my family from becoming homeless. And that just brought me to tears. It was like, okay, that's why I do what I do.
Because
it's not all fun and games.
No,
you know?
yeah, and it can be a difficult
It
population.
can be heartbreaking too.
Right.
I mean, like you said, you hear the stories, and I've gone in the back and cried many times, and then collected myself and come back out, and let's go on to the next person and do what we can.
How can people help you? How can they help the food bank?
We're always looking for volunteers. Our food bank, especially on Saturdays, we're always looking for volunteers. Donations.
Because it's open every Saturday. The one
yeah,
down on
Springfield is
that
open
Q?
every G Street.
G Street, on G
Yeah.
Street.
Every Saturday from 9 to 1. We take clothing donations, hygiene donations, diapers, anything that people can bring in to help.
And then out here, this one's open tomorrow at the Waypoint Community Church across from Thurston, right across from Thurston High School, from 10 until 1. And they also can take, donations, that kind of thing. Catholic Community Services can't ask for this, but I can. Your best thing to do when you got a professional agency like Catholic Community Services, they know what the heck they're doing. So rather than handing money out your window, it's a really good idea to take it and give it to one of these organizations in town that knows really how to help. And then let the experts do their job. But they can't do it without us financing it and helping them. So are they hiring at all? Tiffany wants to know if you guys
Absolutely. Tell her to check our website.
Tiffany, check the website and
We are hiring right now.
and talk with them about it. So Patrick, come here. So I honestly, I didn't ask you many questions because I've learned not to. Because you just kind of have a big heart, and you said, oh yeah, Rick, I want to do this one for my show this month, and I'm like, oh okay, so I figured he knew Barb and all this stuff, and you knew nothing about it. You just got a call.
Yeah, I got a phone. Well, Barb and I are in Oregon Network Exchange, and that's how we initially met. She's done a lot of stuff in the community, helped out in the community, and I felt when she had a calling to me, I was like, well, I know a guy.
He has a big mouth.
Yeah, he's got a big mouth.
A bunch of people, big hearts out there.
But able to, go out and help out in our community and spread the word about things that you may not know about. And like they were saying, there's people that could be your neighbors, it could be your friends that won't ever voice their opinion, that they're hungry and they're having a hard time in life. So I think it's a blessing that the church is over here volunteering their time to help out in our community. So when Barb asked me about it, I was like, man, that's a great idea, because I would much rather promote something like that than my own business, because I can help somebody else out.
And you guys, that's the thing. Patrick and all my clients are people who, they sponsor shows about other things. They're here, and that's so we can show you that being a business person, a small business person in this community, is about serving the community. It's not just about serving ourselves. And I mean, and that's the thing I like about you. You really do believe that. There's people who say that, but you really do believe that.
I enjoy helping people every day. I mean, people come in, I sit there and I got it from you, just listening to somebody's story and actually being compassionate about who they are, what they are, what got them to where they are, and listening to them and listening to their problems. And if I can help them out and take one less stress out of their day, then if I'm able to do it, I definitely will do it.
So, and you take, there's a video I plugged in here yesterday. He does that with your client too. I went in there because my battery died yesterday in the Fred Meyer gas station line. And people behind me were so kind. People really love it when you're the guy in the front and you're going, oh my gosh, no, this is not me. So a guy jumps, a veteran jumped my car for me. Yeah. Really super kind man. And then I just called up Patrick and I said, I got some battery issue. I'm going to be by there. And in a half hour, I had my battery. And then he found this other little thing. That's what I think you do that maybe others don't. Is as a mechanic.
I could have just shipped you and let you figure that out by yourself. But I was like, that's here. I'll figure it out for him right now.
Because you know the little tricks. You've been doing this long enough.
Yeah.
I've
been in the industry since '98. So. And all over the Northwest here in California, trying to help out as much as I can, not just for my business, but for people that are around me.
And hold on, Thomas says hi to you and Patrick. Tiffany Flores. Oh, okay, Tom. Okay, well, tell him hi as well. Okay. So thanks again for doing this.
Absolutely, thank you.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
If you're looking for anybody to do everything from oil changes to, they do. There was a car in there that you were doing some major engine overhaul.
Yeah, we do everything.
They do everything, and you know that he's going to be watching and taking care of you. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so one more time. Yes, no, come here, Bob.
I want to add.
You can. This is what we're here
So
for.
this week is not our normally scheduled food pantry time. We moved it up a week because of the holidays. So tomorrow, Saturday the 16th, Waypoint Community Church in Thurston from 10 to 1. Come fill your bellies. Every other month in the year, except next year during the holidays, we do the 4th Saturday of every month from 10 to 1.
And you
this
guys-
is the only month that isn't that way.
So what they do too is they open up the wing over here where the Sunday school is, and it's very private. So two families at a
Two
time
families
go in
maximum.
and shop. So you're not, we understand this that this can be a humbling experience.
Your privacy is really important. to
Super
us.
important to them, and I know it's because there shouldn't be any shame, and we
No.
want to take that away from that whole situation.
We're here to help.
So.
and give back.
Waypoint Community Church, directly across from Thurston High School, tomorrow 10 to 1. You guys, here's the thing you can do. And then, again, I'm going to pitch for donations. Just, maybe you don't need all the presents under the tree this year. Does it really make you that happy? I mean, really? I mean, you really need another knife set? I mean, give stuff to these kind of organizations. And Catholic Community Services is hitting the rubber where the road is. And here's the other thing I'm learning from clients like you guys and St. Vincent de Paul and Shelter Care is you have to love people where they're at. Not that they're going to get any better or what they might be, but where they are. And that's really the key. And because isn't that what you want? I mean, do you want people to love you because Rick will be better someday? Or do you just want people to love you like you are? So drop the judgment. And I'm in a church, and Jesus said not to judge. So it's not your job. So shh. And just show up and help. Okay? There. I preached for the day. That's I'm done. We will be back later on one of my other channels. We're going Christmas tree shopping with Strap Wrap. And I don't know what they're going to do, but that'll be later on my other channel today. And then tomorrow we're going to be at the Eugene Symphony. They're doing some kind of really cool trapeze kind of performance with the symphony. So we're going to go to the rehearsal, and they're going to let us in, and we're going to show you just a little taste of what that is. Dave Kammerer is a big symphony nut, and he's going to sponsor that show. Then next week we've got a whole line of shows for you, and then Christmas, I'm out of here. So that's the week. Again, Patrick Olsen, thanks, buddy, for being there and doing that.
Absolutely.
And tell your wife to get better.
Yeah, she's sicker than a dog.
She has that flu, so there's no shame in being hungry. Tita Louise Freitag, I would exactly echo your comments too. So you guys, here's what you can do for all these agencies and Patrick and me. Share this. Just share it on your page. Some lady named Mary Olsen said that we're handsome guys.
Oh, man. She's
I wonder who
pretty.
she is. She's cute too.
Hey, look at that. She is gorgeous.
So sign this up, put this on your page. You guys, it really does help. And I know if you do or don't. I can look you up. So I've seen who's on here, and I'll know if you don't do it. I'm telling you.
Just like Santa.
Yeah, just like Santa. Ricky knows. So I will see you guys later on this afternoon. And again, if you need your car fixed, your vehicle looked at, if you just need to stop in and you're not sure what's going on, this is the guy I trust, and he will take care of you, and he's not going to overcharge you. I promise. I promise. My reputation, I promise that. All right. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.